Hi guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. This is my June TBR. If you've been watching my videos, you will know that I am planning on doing Why Have I Not Read These Books challenge. I had posted the video on this, I think it was April. I will link to that video in the description bar below. It's not too late for you to join in. If you would like, you choose as many books as you think you can read in a month off your shelves, and you decide to read them for this month. So if you would like to get in on it, you can still choose your books and still do this challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first show you the books that I chose for this challenge, and then some extra ones that I've got lined up to read if I have the time to read them. I chose 7 books, so let's get started. The first one I chose is Or Give Me Death by Anne Rinaldi. This is kind of a historical. The words from Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give you death, is what this book surrounds, and says that maybe it was perhaps his wife who first said those words because she was locked down in the cellar by her husband because she was a little bit crazy. She could hurt herself and hurt other people, so he put her in the cellar so that she could not do that. And I thought it sounded really, really good, so I decided to pick this up for the challenge. Next one I chose was The Light Between the Oceans by M.L. Stedman. This one is a man and his wife are at the lighthouse. He's tending the lighthouse, and they've suffered several miscarriages, and she's a little distraught about that. Well, then she starts to hear her babies cry on the winds, and sure enough, a boat docks, and there's a dead man in the boat and a live baby, and they decide to take on the child as their own. Things apparently happen after that, and that's about all I know. So I thought that this would fit good for this challenge. It's not a really big book, so I mean, it shouldn't take me very long to read that one. Next one I picked up was When Mockingbirds Sing by Billy Coffey. This one has to do with a little girl. She has a stutter, and then she starts to paint scenes that start to actually happen in this area that she lives in, and people start to get scared that she's a demon or a witch or whatever. Then when one of them actually happens or something, it says her father, the town psychologist, is falling apart over his inability to heal his daughter or fix his marriage, and the town minister is unraveled by the motion of a mere child with no formal training, maybe hearing God more clearly than he does. So it's a whole big to-do, and it really sounded good, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. Next one I picked is With Their Eyes by Annie Thomas. This is the accounts of the people that were in the school, the high school that was at Ground Zero during 9/11, and it's edited by Annie Thomas, so it sounded really good. Another small book, and I mean, it's going to be really easy to read, but they are the true accounts of those who were in the high school on 9/11, and I figured it would be a nice change to read something coming from somebody other than, you know, others that were in different areas, so I figured this would be good for the challenge. So I'm looking forward to that one. The next one I chose was The Vow by Kim and Cricket Carpenter, which is true events. And that's why the movie came about. Another small book. Should be able to read this in not even a whole day. Let's see. Life as Kim and Cricket Carpenter knew it was shattered beyond recognition 2 months after their marriage, when a devastating car wreck left Cricket with a massive head injury and in a coma for weeks. So that is the main plot of the story and how they deal with that. The next one I chose was Any Bitter Thing by Monica Wood. This one is after surviving a near-fatal accident, 30-year-old Lizzie Mitchell faces a long road to recovery. She remembers little about the day she spent in and out of consciousness, save for one thing: she saw her beloved deceased uncle, Father Mike, the man who raised her in the rectory of her main church until she was 9. And then things start happening where she's got to go back those years and try to figure out what the mystery is in her life. So that's pretty much the wrap-up of this one. And the last one I chose for the challenge is Recovering Charles by Jason F. Wright. This one says Luke Millard was a man who does not know he is lost. His career in Manhattan is going well. He has the love of close friends and a future that he looks forward to every day. Only when the past reveals in a twisted smile in a phone call, and the disconnected voice asks him to come find his estranged father in post-Katerina New Orleans, is Luke compelled to find out what kind of a man he truly is and who the man is that his father has become. So that one sounded really interesting as well. Kind of a contemporary feel about that. So I'm looking forward to that one. Those were the 7 books that I actually chose for this challenge. The one that I'm reading right now, though, is for review for NetGalley, and it's Cop Town by Karen Slaughter. You can't even see that. The cover is really, really light. This is Karen Slaughter's first standalone book. Now, I've been reading her Will Trent series, which has been fantastic. And this one I picked up for review, so I decided I needed to get this read. It's coming out June 22nd, I think, according to Goodreads, and I think NetGalley said June 24th, so I'm not sure on that. But I thought I would take a crack at it and get it done, and so far it's really, really good. I like the way she's writing this mystery out, so I'm pretty glued to it. I'm about 17% in and really enjoying it, so I should have this finished probably by tomorrow, I'm hoping. And I'll probably have a review on this one. So there's that one. The other ones that I'm going to try and slide in here, I'm going to try and get Dark Red, which is the last book I have of the Septimus Heap series. This is actually book number 6. There's 7 in all. And I really, really, really want to get to this one. So once I finish my 7, then I'll probably jump in on this one. I would be starting my 7 books right now if it wasn't for this review book, but those things happen. So I want to get this one read. And then I set up a buddy read with a friend of mine on Goodreads, and we're going to read The Academy by Bentley Little. I've read some Bentley Little. He's kind of a hit or miss, I think. We decided to read this one, so I'm hoping that it's going to be good because, like I said, hit or miss, so we'll see. Another one, these last 2 books I was supposed to read in May and just didn't get to them. One was Karen Slaughter's Undone, which is book 3, I believe, in the Will Trent series. I believe it's book 3. And I'm really enjoying this series a lot, and I really want to get to this one, so fingers crossed that I do. And then the last one is Alice in Zombieland by Gina Showalter. I really wanted to get to this book. I've had this forever, and it's just sitting there, and I need to read it. So I'm hoping that I can get to it this month after I finish my challenge books. Challenge books are pretty small, so I should be able to get to it. And that is my June TBR. If you've read any of these books that I showed you, let me know. I'd like to hear from you. And if you're doing the Why Haven't I Read These Books challenge, let me know that also in the comments below. Thanks, guys, for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.